So, important thing is, before we were making cuckoo clocks in this region, we were already making another kind of clocks, and they look like this. Let me show you. You can see, yeah, it's quite a special clock because it is almost entirely made out of wood. You can see that there's only one hand, no minutes, in 1640, yeah, quite an old clock. And you can see that even the structure and the gears are all made out of wood. Of course, in 1640 there will be no machines. That means everything is handmade and hand-carved. These clocks are still made nowadays, and they are done the traditional way, which means that to make them work, in opposition to what we do today, today we use metal weights. At the time, they would just use a stone. Yeah. This was easier than getting metal. There was not so much metal available, so we would just use a stone. And when we hang it, let's see what happens. Yeah. Our clock starts working. It works with the weight pulling down. Basically, the weight pulling down creates movement. Okay, here we have only time with the system, and then we start making more and more things until we end up with a cuckoo clock. So, first we added sound. Like in this clock, and just 3 decades later, we even had movement, like here. Yeah. Right there, clock. Mother-in-law. It's a very international thing. Right, and then yet another moving clock. We have a man eating potatoes. So 10 o'clock.
Oh my God.
10 potatoes. You count the potatoes, you know the time.
10 potatoes.
Right, so you can see that at this point, the clock was not only something functional, it already had also some decoration, so it was a decoration element. And when this clock came up, with this kind of design, then there were 2 things that happened. First, this design was really popular, but also this was a cuckoo clock. Yeah, this was already a cuckoo clock, and between this clock and this one, we have 200 years apart. Yeah? There were a lot of things going on, and then finally, quite easy to say, there's a bird inside, and the bird comes out. Just not so easy to make, but it's quite easy to say, so I say it. Yeah, so every full hour, 2 o'clock, for example, 2 times. One thing though, every half an hour, he also shouts 1 time, and then every full hour again. Yeah. He's a German cuckoo, he's not lazy, so every half an hour he's active. So, things are really getting more complex. We have time, we have sound, movement, then we have cuckoo, and we even have music. Oh, just a moment. I just saw that we need to wind up the clock. Right. So when you, let me show you. So these clocks are mechanical, which means that we have to pull the weights back up and wind up the clock. Yeah, because let's see. You see, the weight goes down with the movement and music. See, also going down. Alright, now the secret. Before the secrets, as I was saying, you have to wind up the clock. If you have a small weight like this one, then you have to do it every day. Yeah? You have to go there, wind up every day. If you have a big weight like this, then you have to do it every week. Yeah? You can also hold it, you can see there's a big difference. This is around 300 grams, and this is 1.2 kilos, 1.5 sometimes. Yeah, that one is heavy. Right, so don't throw it at people. For the cuckoo sound, we use this, we use bellows. Basically, there's no batteries inside, so it's a big challenge to make the cuckoo sound. It's also a mechanical sound. We have air inside, and when the air comes out, makes a sound. Is this a cuckoo clock? Not yet. We are missing a coop. We call this the grandfather cuckoo. He's a little bit old and tired. And then we have the father cuckoo.
Baby.
And we have the baby cuckoo. Alright, for the music then, we also need, it's a challenge. Also, we have no batteries, so we use a music box. Maybe some of you have a music box. Usually there's a screw on the bottom that you have to wind up. Yeah. But this one is different because, as you know, we use the weights. So what happens is, when we pull the weight up, then we are winding up, yeah, just like the screw. And it creates this movement. There's a little bit of sound. It's not so loud unless we put it on a wood surface. Yeah, that's why it's called a music box. Let's see what happens. Yeah. And if I take it out, see?
Amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it's quite a big difference. So when you listen, you can see that our music boxes are attached to the side of the clock. Yeah, that means that when you listen to the sound, then the whole clock is transmitting the sound, is resonating. Yeah. Well, that's one of the things that make it special. And everything is made here in Germany, including the clockwork. Oh, yeah. However, the music box is an exception. This is made in Switzerland. All right, good. So nowadays we make some another kind of clocks. That's why I have this hat here. You see, traditionally we have a lot of woodwork. We have big characters made out of wood, all handmade, of course, all hand carved. But usually these characters are static. Yeah. This is an art, of course. It's really interesting. But nowadays we think, okay, let's make some movement. Let's make it more interesting. Let's tell a story. And that's why I have this hat here. You can see that this girl is wearing such a hat. And this is typical from here. This is done when people want to let everybody know, the girls want to let everybody know that they are single. Yeah? Because you can be single and you don't care. You have Instagram, you're happy. Yeah? But if you put this on your head, then you are really looking for someone. And even with a hat, it's not working for this girl. So she's pulling the bell. She's making a party. More guys, more chances. So we have everybody dancing, the band playing, lots of money, no boyfriend. And then 2 weeks after,
Married.
not yet.
Not yet.
If it's married, then they use black hats. Yeah. She has no hat, and there's a guy, so success. She has a boyfriend. So it's 9 in the evening, before he goes to bed, he thinks, I need to meet my loved one, so? Yes, it's called Romeo, Juliet, and the father.
What the father from you? The angry father.
Yes, fathers are never happy. You take one rule from Germany. Fathers are never happy. Alright, last clock is then this one. It's quite an interesting clock because we have water on it. Let's see. Yeah. This is a special movement. If I hold the weight, all the movement stops. This movement stops because it's mechanical. It relies on the weight. The water doesn't stop because the power source are the solar panels. Yeah. That means this clock is half mechanic, half electronic. Yeah. So it's quite a special clock. That's why then everything resumes. That's why we have our special customers. Right, good. So, before we go upstairs and we try the wine, just something very important. If you want a clock, please don't take it out of the wall. Yeah? We have boxes for it. So if you want, then we get a new one. It comes already well packed and it's also a new piece. Right? That means it's also possible to ship it. And if you're worried about if anything happens, then don't worry. We also have several service centers, including in
Singapore.
Exactly. All right. So we can offer you a 2-year international warranty.